Is there even a point in making a Law deck breakdown? This deck's been around since OP01, everyone's played or seen it by now. I guess I'll make one anyway in case a brand new player happens to stumble upon my video somehow. So why Law? Well, red and green are two of the strongest colors in the format right now. Law basically lets you use the best utility cards from both decks in one. Being a dual color leader means his leader ability should be slightly stronger than average to account for being at 4 life. But someone on the design team must have missed that memo, because his leader ability is not slightly stronger than average, it's immensely stronger than average. Don't believe me? Look at these stinkers. Even the other red-green leader, Luffy, just untaps a character for 4 Dawn. There's so many ways to play Law. If you play Law at an event, there's a pretty good chance your deck list will be unique from everyone else's. This video will give you a base to start with, and then you can adjust depending on your local metagame as you see fit. Let's jump into the deck breakdown by going over the leader. Trafalgar Law is a dual color red and green leader with 5000 power and 4 starting life. His leader ability reads, Activate Main, once per turn for 2 Dawn. If you control 5 characters, return one of your characters to the owner's hand. Then play one cost 5 or lower character of a different color as the return character from your hand. Basically, you get a discount on your 5 cost cards of 3 Dawn by having a full board. Having a full board means 5 characters, right? Isn't that kinda hard to do? Nope, not at all, since red and green also have 2 of the best searchers in the game as well. We'll go over them shortly. Every card in this deck synergizes so well with each other. There's a little bit of everything in this deck. You can go aggro, since you naturally have to go wide to activate leader ability. You can go tall by utilizing double attacks. You can turtle since the deck runs 12 blockers. With a little luck on your side, this deck has a solution to every problem. We'll go over the deck in order of cost. First up, we have 4 Otama. Every red deck will most likely run Otama as a 2k counter. Her utility is amplified by the fact that we can drop her freely and always bounce her back to hand with our leader ability to use her again. This makes it feel like our deck has more than just 4 Otamas. Next is 4 Makino. This could very well be just any 2k counter, but Makino gives us the option of going for aggressive plays by buffing the plethora of 1 cost red cards in our deck by 3k for just 1 Dawn. Being red is especially useful since all of our leader ability targets are green cards. Next is 4 Tony Chopper and 4 Capone Gang Veg. These 8 blockers allow us to easily fill our board for cheap and come with amazing utility in being a blocker to save priority targets. Chopper is searchable off Nami and Veg is searchable off Bonnie. Next is 4 Jewelry Bonnie. I could have lumped her in with Nami as the 2 core searchers of the deck, but Bonnie actually has greater priority over Nami. Bonnie allows us to search for all the pieces to our leader ability combo. What? Leader ability combo? What's that? Why didn't you mention that at the beginning? Don't worry, I'll get to it. Next is 4 Nami. Nami is a good board filler that can replace herself with other useful cards in the deck. Next is 4 Curly Dadan. OP02 gave this deck a 3rd searcher that really improved the consistency of meeting our leader ability requirement. Curly lets us hit nearly every utility red card in our deck and can even search into Nami, which in turn can search into another card. A Curly into a Nami into a Chopper is 3 cards on board and you still have the rest of your hand to play. Next is 4 Brook. He's a 2k counter that pays for himself. You can play him liberally for 2 Dawn that you would have used anyway and just bounce him back to your hand later. Next is 4 Vista. This is probably a contentious decision and where you'll see lists start to deviate. Vista trivializes the Zoro and Law Mirror. He helps kill small blockers in the black and purple matchup as well. Bouncing them back to hand lets you utilize them multiple times. Alright, time to go over the combo of the deck. We'll start off with 4 Roronoa Zoro. Just a simple 5k attacker with Rush. Next is 4 Blocker Trafalgar Law from OP01. He's our primary swap target to use with our leader ability. You can swap any of our utility red cards to play him. Then he'll bounce another utility card and then you can play Zoro with him. That was 2 Dawn to play 8 Dawn worth of cards. Zoro has Rush so he's already useful on play, and Law has Blocker so he's already useful on board. This combo is how you suddenly go from having a board of small characters to now being a threat. Next is 4 Starter Deck Trafalgar Law. This card was not run much in OP01, but he's become quite popular in OP02 thanks to the popularity of Whitebeard. He lets you swing with Zoro, Blocker Law, or even another starter deck Law twice. He can create surprise lethal swings out of nowhere and helps you burn through the defenses of a Whitebeard player. He even has 1k counter in matches where you don't need him on board. Finally, we run 2 Jet Pistol as our only event card. It's searchable off of Bonnie and Nami, so 2 has felt enough for me. Having too many in hand can brick you early on, as you really want to see your searchers for consistency. Here are cards you'll want to see in your opening hand. Having pieces of the Law Zoro combo guaranteed in hand is a nice assurance, with Law being the higher priority of the 2. Any of the searches will really help you out as well, as it can help you find your combo pieces while filling your board at the same time. It'll also thin out your deck, allowing your combo pieces to show up more often as well. Let's go over matchups. Against Zoro or Law aggro, Vista is going to be a key target. If you're able to do some shenanigans with Blocker Law and Leader ability to replay the Vista multiple times, it'll really set your opponent far behind. Against Whitebeard aggro, your Chopper and Bedge will play an important role. Being able to keep your attackers alive while you try to take out theirs will give you the upper hand. As mentioned before, Starter Deck Law can allow your attackers to swing again, forcing them to use up more defensive resources. In the mid-range matchup, that's where your blockers will shine. Stopping an expensive 8-cost card's attack with a 1-cost blocker is good value. You'll want to transition your board of small characters into many Zoros and Laws, and then overwhelm them with 7k attacks. It'll all come down to trading, and Starter Deck Law's double swings will really help immensely with that. In the control matchup, you can use your Makinos more aggressively. You can swing pretty freely with Zoro as well, as they will most likely have an answer for him anyway, and since you'll already have gotten value out of him from swinging right away due to Rush. So this is the Law deck I've been running. I don't think there can ever be a best Law list. There's just too many variations in how to play him, and metagame differences to make that claim. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to your face. I suggest trying this list and making small adjustments as you see fit. Hope you're excited for the games this week. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku